Trapped under frost. Full script, 12 minutes. The snow started falling long before Daniel realized the roads were closing. He had just finished picking up his daughter, Lily, from her weekend program outside Denver, and all he wanted was to get her home before the storm got worse. But visibility disappeared faster than he could process, and soon the GPS gave up, the signal fading into nothing. When the truck finally skidded near a bend and refused to move again, he knew he had two choices: sit there and hope, or find shelter. He looked back at Lily sleeping in the back seat, her small hands tucked under her chin. That decided it. A single cabin stood maybe 50 yards off the road, barely visible through the curtain of white. He grabbed a blanket, lifted her into his arms, and trudged toward it. He knocked once, expecting silence. Instead, the door opened, and a woman stared at him, tense, startled, and clearly not expecting company. Her hair was perfectly tied, even in this storm. Her coat was expensive, and her eyes, sharp, calculating, like she was assessing threat and risk in the same breath. Hi, Daniel managed. I'm sorry to barge in. My truck's stuck. Roads are closed. I just need somewhere warm until the storm passes. The woman hesitated only a moment before stepping aside. Come in. I'm not heartless. I just wasn't expecting anyone. Her voice had that quiet authority of someone used to boardrooms and decisions with too many zeros. He set Lily on the couch, covering her with the blanket. I'm Avery, she said finally. Daniel. They shook hands, brief, polite, neither of them fully relaxed. For the first hour, silence ruled the room. The wind howled like it was trying to warn them both of something coming. Daniel warmed his hands by the small heater. Avery typed endlessly on her laptop, expression tight, jaw clenched. You're not from around here, he said gently. No, I'm hiding. Then she corrected herself, resting. But the pause told the truth. Eventually, Lily woke up, rubbing her eyes. Avery softened a little watching Daniel help her drink some water, adjust her hairband, whisper reassuring things. You're a good dad, she said quietly. Daniel shrugged. Compliments weren't something he was used to. How about you? He asked. Kids? No, she replied. My life doesn't allow room for that. Her tone wasn't defensive, it was sad. Hours passed. The storm strengthened. The heater faltered, lights flickering. We may need to conserve power, Avery said. This cabin wasn't meant for long stays. Why are you here? Daniel asked. She exhaled slowly, the kind of exhale that comes from carrying something too heavy for too long. My company is in a crisis. My team made decisions I didn't catch in time. Families were affected, jobs lost, investors furious. Everyone's looking at me like I'm the crack in the foundation. Her eyes lowered. So I left for the night. Just to breathe. Daniel swallowed. He didn't plan to say what he said next. But the truth slipped out. I lost my job last year, because of a corporate restructuring. Something about budget cuts from a tech company's partnership falling apart. Avery froze. What company? She asked quietly. He told her. The silence afterward wasn't empty. It was explosive. Avery's voice lowered to almost a whisper. That was the fallout of our division. I signed the final approval. I didn't know individual names. But I did that, to you. Daniel looked away. His jaw tightened, but his voice didn't rise. He simply said, I figured something like that. It's fine. But it wasn't fine. Not for him. Not for her. The cabin grew colder, and somehow, that made the truth feel sharper. When Lily fell asleep again, Daniel sat on the floor, leaning against the couch. Avery sat across from him. Her laptop finally closed. You hate me, she said. No, he answered. I don't know you well enough to hate you. I just wish people at the top understood the weight of the decisions they make. Avery nodded slowly. I do now. Thunderous wind slammed against the walls, rattling the windows. The heater flicked off completely, plunging the cabin into cold so sudden they both gasped. Daniel checked Lily. Her hands were icy. Avery grabbed an extra blanket. She can't stay warm like this. No, he agreed. We all need body heat. It was practical, logical, but still uncomfortable to say aloud. Avery spread the blankets on the floor near the fireplace. We stay together, otherwise, we're in danger of hypothermia. Daniel hesitated. Avery noticed. Look, she said softly, I may have made mistakes. But I'm not someone you need to be afraid of. He shook his head. I'm not afraid of you. The real truth. He was afraid of feeling something for someone again. They settled under the blankets, Avery on one side, Daniel on the other, Lily between them. For a long time, none of them spoke. Only the wind spoke for them, roaring, fading, roaring again. At some point, Avery whispered, barely audible through the storm. Daniel? Yeah? Can I slip under your blanket? Just a little closer? I'm freezing. He swallowed, not because it was romantic, but because it was human, and he'd forgotten what that warmth felt like. Yeah, he said quietly, come closer. She inched nearer, careful, respectful, not touching, just close enough to share warmth. The tension wasn't desire, it was vulnerability. Two people carrying too much for too long suddenly sharing the same fragile space. Minutes passed before Avery whispered, I'm sorry for what happened to you. I swear I didn't know. Daniel exhaled. I believe you. That was the first moment the room felt warm again. By dawn, the storm had passed, roads reopened. The cabin no longer felt like a trap, just a place where something honest happened. Avery stood by her car, hesitation in her eyes. I can fix what happened, she said, not the past, but your future. Let me help. Daniel studied her, the woman who had indirectly hurt him, yet held his daughter's hand gently while she slept. Okay, he said, but only if you're doing it because you mean it, not because you feel guilty. I mean it, she whispered. As he drove away, Avery watched through the melting frost. For the first time in years, she wasn't thinking about shareholders or deadlines. She was thinking about a man who didn't owe her forgiveness, but offered something better. A chance to do the right thing. And somehow, that felt warmer than any blanket in that cabin.